Welcome to the Orange Cactus Coffee Podcast with Mike Kincaid and Jake Goebel. Join them as they experience specialty coffee and document their journey. These friends explore roasts and roasting methods, brewing equipment and techniques, and review the cafes they visit along the way.
Thanks, Brioni, and thank you for joining us for episode 94 of the Orange Cactus Coffee Podcast, where Mike and I talk about some of the feedback that's out there on the internet for third wave, fifth wave coffee, a little bit of the business aspect behind the scenes, and finding your why. Perfect. Welcome to the Orange Cactus Coffee Podcast. I am Jake Goebel. Sitting with me is the Mike Kincaid, and we are a show about coffee. This coffee podcast can be heard, of course, online,
through the ears,
iTunes, through the ears, but it can also be seen on the YouTubes. So if you want to see and hear, you can see us on the YouTube and at our page, which is Orange Cactus Coffee. So great. So great. So good.
Even if
perfect.
You're not necessarily wanting to watch us stare at each other, which I understand that.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's a good place for some conversations or comments or feedback.
Yeah.
If you don't want to go to the site. So do that because others have, and it's been good.
Yeah. We
actually got a comment on our Dutch Bros white coffee video we did.
Oh, yeah? That was a while ago.
Well, we had a few. One.
It's a great video.
Recently, though, just last week, someone said, hey, I love their white coffee.
That's it?
Yeah.
Just dropped it like that?
No, we had a little conversation. Well, that's how they started it.
Okay.
They said they get it all the time. They like the sourness of it. They like the caffeine element. And I said, oh, you must be getting it in a mixed drink. How do you drink it? And they go, no, shots.
Straight up shots.
Yeah.
Wow.
They love it. So I said, hey, but to each their own. That's great.
We have to do white coffee. We have to do white coffee revisited. We got to do another video.
I said, I think we need to revisit it. I would like to try it in a mixed drink as well. However, it's probably normally comes as like a latte or something.
Mixed drink. Mixed drink has an alcoholic connotation to me, though. Like you say, I want a mixed drink. That sounds like you're getting alcohol in it. You're getting a white coffee based milk beverage.
Yeah, that's much better.
So much more clear.
It is a mixed drink, just no alcohol.
Yeah, so you're mixing it with coffee and syrups.
Alcohol probably help it.
Coffee and syrups, milk and syrups,
in a latte. Or just another shot. Maybe, just maybe, they didn't pull the shot very good last time in the video.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not as bad as we think it is.
Yeah, but I had it at Sunshine.
Tried it again?
What was that place called?
Sunrise?
Sun something down in Peoria. Or Surprise. Someplace in Phoenix. Sensational. Something along those lines.
Sensational.
I can't remember what it was, but we had white coffee down there, and it was horrible as well. Maybe it's because they grind their coffee just a little finer.
Yeah.
Just a little finer than the competition.
Anyway, all that to say, please comment.
And
join in on the conversation.
In your espresso.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Maybe that's the fourth wave. Maybe that's where we lost it.
With white coffee?
Maybe white coffee was the fourth wave and we just missed it. We missed out on that wave.
I think we should introduce slightly brownish yellow coffee.
I like that.
It's
yellow
after
coffee.
The white stage.
Between white and brown.
Yeah.
The yellow coffee.
It's before most roasters consider it palatable.
Yeah.
We'll sell that.
Yeah, we sell that. Special.
Pre-palatable coffee for your liking.
PPC.
Pre-palatable
coffee.
There you go.
Yeah. PPC.
We carry the PCC.
All right. Moving on to something that's informational or interesting. Besides white coffee. That's still infotational. Infotainment.
If you haven't tried it, you should.
Yeah.
You can't call yourself. Right? They say you can't call yourself a car guy unless you've owned X. It's different for everybody.
Which one?
Well, I think if you live in Europe, they say unless you've owned an Alfa. Not an Alfa.
Alfa Romeo?
No, Alfa Romeo, yeah. At some point.
You have to own an Alfa Romeo.
Just because I guess they're romantic cars, but they're notoriously unreliable.
I see. I got you.
So
you got to own a...
Yeah, you got to...
What's the equivalent there? A Camaro? You got to have...
In the U.S.? Yeah. I don't know.
I think you have to... If you're a car guy in America...
An American made?
You have to have owned a Camaro, a Mustang, or a Challenger, right? You have to have owned a muscle car. If you're
it makes sense, but
there's two different kinds of car guys. There's
exactly.
You're either going to get a Camaro or a Mustang. That's on one side. And on the other side is the Civic.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Where you get like the Nissan 240X, SX, X, SX.
240Z?
240.
That was a Z.
Not the Z.
350Z?
350Z. You get 300Z.
300Z?
Then there's the ZX.
It's not a bad car. But this is not a podcast about cars. You can tell because we have no idea what we're talking about. We actually don't know what we're talking about with regards to coffee as well, but
we sound
you know
better.
What?
Maybe.
We trust the pros. We trust the pros. In this case, the first pro that I want to turn to is Clint Rainey. And he writes over at Grub Street, and we'll throw the links in the show notes, but I talked about this a little bit in the Daily Ristretto. The title of it is America's Glut of Third Wave Coffee Shops is Losing to the Big Chains. The glut of third wave coffee shops. In just half a decade, coffee nerds have gotten firsthand experience with the so-called paradox of choice. Knowing where to find an Aeropress single origin used to be a badge of honor. Now it's available at Starbucks. They don't do Aeropress at Starbucks. Clint, they don't do Aeropress. Not at any Starbucks I've ever been to.
No, they do the
The Clover.
Yeah.
You want single origin, it's on the Clover.
$10,000 Aeropress.
Yeah. While that's undeniably convenient, it seems America's overabundance of good coffee is starting to have some drawbacks for third-wave shops. According to numbers, market research firm Mintel gave the Wall Street Journal, the U.S. has about 33,000 coffee shops, a 16% bump from 5 years ago. So what was 5 years ago? 2012. All right, perfect. And the paper reports this boom is starting to hurt business owners. When better, fancier coffee is sold everywhere from McDonald's to 7-Eleven, time-crunched consumers have less reason to visit traditional and often more leisurely paced shops. Okay, I got a couple things there. One, you're right. Nobody wants a leisurely paced shop that opens at 11 and it closes at 4. You go in and hang out. Some people do.
Some do.
Some people do. But the quality of coffee at McDonald's and 7-Eleven, while McDonald's McCafe is getting better, it's still not great.
Took a picture of their sign and sent it to you the other day.
And even though you might be able to get some better coffee at 7-Eleven, it's not good. I'm sorry, Clint. It's not good coffee.
No.
And you can't compare the coffee at 7-Eleven that's been sitting there for hours because they're busy to a single origin Aeropress that's not made at Starbucks.
McDonald's says its coffee is made with sustainably sourced 100% Arabica beans.
Arabica?
Arabica beans. Expertly roasted and freshly brewed every 30 minutes.
Perfect.
That's it.
Mintel notes that the latest threat isn't even Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts so much as the plethora of bottled and canned options at grocery stores. The number of new coffee shops in America is expected to grow by around 2% this year, the slowest growth rate since 2011. And that's fine. Things go up and down. So there's not a whole bunch of things, but there's other. Retail in and of itself is dying. You know what I mean? Like retail is having a hard problem, not just retail coffee.
Well, there are many thoughts about that article.
Well, I'm not done yet. I'm going to get you some
We're
more
going to talk about it, or we're going to stop here? What do you want to do?
If you have a thought, I want you to bring it up, but I don't want you to go way off tangent because I got 2 more paragraphs that bring up some more things that are going to get more wheels turning. Like if you got a one-liner, drop it. But if not, hold on.
Okay, keep going.
Okay. Rent in cities where third wave coffee is huge, like New York and San Francisco, is also climbing at doomsday rates. Plus, wages are going up for workers. That's at least one reason food conglomerates that can afford the high overheads are swallowing up smaller companies like Blue Bottle, Stumptown, and Intelligentsia. Brands that once made fun of Starbucks, but now sell their beans in bottled lattes in grocery stores. The big chains aren't immune either, though. The foot traffic problem is serious enough that even Starbucks is struggling to keep people from wandering into one of the approximately 1 million other places that sell decent coffee on any given city street. We have different definitions of decent coffee, clearly. Mm-hmm. Dunkin' Donuts, meanwhile, has plans to redesign stores so they better cater to on-the-go consumers and also says it will open fewer new stores this year. People are getting more and more impatient and lazy, you could argue. Dunkin's CEO Nigel Travis explains to the Journal, adding that he foresees a shakeout among smaller chains. Now, that quote is also kind of the foundation for another article that came out the next day by Julie Jargon over at Fox Business. But I want to hear your thoughts on this one first.
I'm confused by it.
Yeah.
What is the point of the article? To show that because coffee's growing, it's vulnerable?
They're eating each other up?
That because things are getting better, that there's been such a boom in growth? Because it even had a line in there that in New York, it's growing at doomsday rates?
Yeah, rent for places is growing at doomsday rates. Yeah.
And then also salary wages were growing.
Wages are going up for workers.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
And so that was the justification for the big ones having to come in. I don't understand the article.
But see, here's the thing. Big money does not come in unless there's money to be made.
Opportunity.
They see opportunity for growth. That's why they're swallowing up smaller companies. Mm-hmm. It's not so they can pay your high rent for you.
Is that what you think they're trying to say?
I don't know what they're trying. It doesn't make any sense to me. That's one reason. High rent. Okay, big rent is one reason food conglomerates that can afford the high overheads are swallowing up smaller companies. There's only one reason for a big company to swallow up a smaller company. They think it's going to be profitable.
Yeah, exactly.
They think they're going to be able to make some money.
I mean,
they think that Blue Bottle, Stumptown, Intelligentsia have a growth potential.
Absolutely.
That's going to line
shown
their...
it. That's why.
That's it. That's it.
Exactly.
And now here, this part was funny, Clint. I'll give you this one. Brands that once made fun of Starbucks, but now sell their beans in bottled lattes in grocery stores. There's a little bit of irony there.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can get, but they haven't changed who they are, what they do.
I don't think so.
You know what I mean?
Why did they make fun of them? Why did they make fun of the grocery store? Oh, you can't find good coffee there.
Yeah.
Well, they've changed that.
They changed that.
You can go get Blue Bottle now, right?
Yeah.
You can go down to your local, who sells it?
Sprouts.
Sprouts sells it.
You can
What's
go down to
one?
Sprouts.
Yeah, Sprouts got.
You can go down to Sprouts and
you can get
the
Stumptown
carton.
now at Kroger. Fries.
Funk you up. Stumptown, funk you up. Yeah, you sure can.
I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah.
I think that's great.
I think it's great too.
As long as the quality of the beverage is sustained.
Here's one thing I don't think that they're addressing in all this, which I've said it over and over again. They're talking about the coasts. There's Middle America has not had a taste of third wave yet. The closest they get is Starbucks and the Clover, and they don't know what it is. They don't know what's going on because the service you get there is mediocre at best.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've never had a wow experience at Starbucks. A wow customer service experience.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't had it.
You've never had a wow?
Never had a wow.
I've had good experiences.
I've had good. I've never had man.
It is hard though, just thinking about these companies trying to change their image, like McDonald's.
Yeah.
Trying to say now we want to be.
Now we're McCafe.
McCafe. We want specialty. And I was in there Sunday, and I was looking around. It's a nice place.
It is
the one I went to. It's a newer one.
McDonald's is nice.
All the people working there have very nice, like knit collared shirts. Managers are wearing a tie.
Yeah.
It's easy to kind of overlook that. But I'm like, look, they're dressed.
There's a reason why McDonald's is successful. It's fine. You can keep
Watch
playing
out for your
footsies
foot
with
there.
them.
Yeah.
Keep
Watch
playing
out.
footsies. Not playing.
But it makes me wonder
Not
if they
playing.
continue on that path and they're having their employees dress nicer, they're having their stores, their shops nicer. They're saying our coffee's better.
Yeah.
They are going to be a threat.
They can only do so much at scale, though. They can be solid second wave. That's about it. I mean, there's only so much you can do with a super ultra automatic push button latte, mocha, whatever. I've had many mochas from McCafe.
Have you?
They're not that good.
No.
And they're not consistent. There is huge inconsistency from store to store to store to store to store. I'm sorry, there is. I've had them down in Phoenix. I've had them in Colorado. I've had them in New Mexico. I've had them in Las Vegas. Not recently. I've had them in all over Arizona and California, and it's inconsistent.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of coffee flavored, but you still get the same thing, and it's cheap. Cheap. They'll give you that for $1. They'll throw it out there. They'll be like, hey, come get you a mocha for $1.
Any size coffee, $1.
Any size coffee, $1.
Yeah. Exactly.
Whatever you want. That is never going to be a handcrafted specialty drink.
I think the one thing the article is pointing out, I think poorly, is that if you are a bum specialty coffee shop that's just trying to skate by and saying, hey, we're different, we're locally owned, you know what I mean? All these things without focusing on the quality of the coffee, actually producing a better cup, you are going to lose. And you deserve to lose. You can't say we're better, charge 3 times as much, and you're serving the same coffee as McDonald's.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of those shops, I think, popping up, and some, we've been to them, where they say they're a specialty coffee shop, and they serve only the finest beans, and they grind them a little finer, and all these things.
Sensational. That's what it was.
All these things that doesn't make them any different than McDonald's, and they're trying to compete with McDonald's. They're going to get swallowed up.
And they got to do more things. They start introducing alcohol. They start introducing food items. They start introducing things, and now they're competing in a niche that they really didn't want to be competing in to begin with.
Yeah. I think the shops that are truly the Blue Bottles, the Stumptowns, the Intelligentsias, they're doing it right.
Yeah, the Festas,
it's
the
proof.
Mothership.
Yeah.
They're going to be around.
And the quality is worth paying for.
Yeah.
And you can taste it. And
the service is great. The press is growing in Phoenix. Press is growing.
Very fast. Hopefully not too fast.
But here's the other thing. Retail is in trouble. Retail is in trouble.
Yeah.
Period. Retail is in trouble.
Yeah. Isn't it...
You have to take that into account. And
Target,
right? Target's closing stores. Retail is in trouble. People are accustomed to buying things off their phone.
Yeah.
From Amazon. From Walmart is trying to compete with Amazon with their new Walmart.com stuff. They are pushing heavy with it.
Yeah. Order online,
pick it up. Free shipping to the store. You can pick it up there. Price matching in the store for Walmart.com items. You know what I mean? They are trying to give you a full online, offline, retail, phone shopping experience. And they're working hard for it. They are really working hard. And they're coming for you. Target is not. Target is closing stores.
Yeah.
That's just the nature of it.
It is true.
And retail is struggling. But here's the thing. Real quick. Coffee is different on the coast than it is in the middle of America. Retail is struggling everywhere. But you can't say that there's no room in Indiana for a third wave coffee shop when there is no third wave coffee shop. Where there is none.
A specialty.
Nothing special.
When none exists.
When none exists, you can't tell me it's in trouble. You can't tell me the third wave has come and gone when middle America has not experienced these things. But Press is doing something I think that is worth noting here. They are opening up shop in retail locations that are kind of already there. Like the lobby of an apartment complex.
Yeah.
They've got 2 of those. The lobby of a shared work environment or shared working space, right at the Biltmore, they have like a little corner of it. And right next door, this huge area is like a shared working space. This Hub 24 or whatever. And they've got a Hub 24 is the fitness center across the way. Hub 360 or 36 is the work sharing space, whatever it's called.
The ping pong area.
They are not bearing the full retail burden of each of their locations. They have one location where you walk in and it's just them. But right across the hall is a wine tasting shop. They share a bathroom with that joint. You know what I mean? They're not like just going and getting a place.
It's strategic.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's
and
a
you have
place
to be.
that's where there's already there's foot traffic already there. It's really brilliant to put them in apartment complexes. There's people already there.
Exactly. It's smart.
Right down the street from a college. There's people already there.
But I think the difference that we're seeing a shift in is before retail was we have to go to the store because they have what I need.
Correct.
Now you don't have to.
You don't have to.
Now it's I want to go to the store because
you got to reverse engineer it.
It's like I want to interact with people.
Yeah.
Or they're more knowledgeable, they're friendly, I trust them. All the other things that really should have never left. The draw to a retail establishment, you kind of have to revive now.
I think, and plus this other thing that this article that Julie is about as well as, let me just read this real quick. America's coffee market is getting too crowded. Consumers' hankering for caffeine and quality coffee has fueled a big build out of cafes in the last 5 years. A big build out of cafes in the last 5 years, especially in dense urban areas such as New York, San Francisco, Portland. There are now nearly 33,000 coffee shops in the U.S., including those run by big chains such as Starbucks, up 16% from 5 years ago. But they keep talking about its price. They keep focusing price. At a Chevron gas station just north of LA, a 12-ounce cup of coffee can be had for $1.49, while a specialty coffee drink at a Starbucks less than a mile away can cost nearly $5. A 13.7-ounce bottle of Dunkin' Donuts iced coffee costs $2.89 at a nearby grocery store. Well, they're comparing batch brew gas station Chevron coffee for $1.49. And they're comparing some espresso-based milk drink at $5. That's like a mocha or something, or a latte, something flat white, something that is not just batch brewed coffee. Yeah. You can get the batch brewed coffee at Starbucks for $2.85. Now it's more. I'll grant you that. But here's the thing. Specialty coffee has never been about trying to compete with people on price.
No.
You can't do it. Look, you have to do something special.
You like coffee?
I love
this
coffee.
This is just like your gas station coffee, but twice as much.
Exactly.
Right.
Doesn't make sense. Walmart has proven you can't compete on that. They have the market. That low profit margin, high volume. They've cornered that market. You want to if you're looking out to compete with price, you're competing with gas stations like Chevron, Garbage Coffee.
Yeah.
You're competing with these super high volume retailers like Walmart or whatever, whoever's local where you are, H-E-B in Texas. That's who you're competing with. I think you're in if that's your thought, you're not thinking about it correctly. I think specialty coffee, a wow experience coffee, you have to reverse engineer your customers in a different way. You have to say, where are they and how do they want it? And then you have to get it to them that way.
Absolutely.
Bring your thing, bring your coffee that's awesome. But I really think mobile is where it's going to be. A small retail location that you own, not that you rent, so they can't raise rents on you. Something that you own, something small. You roast out of that. You've got your mobile coffee out of that. You've got an app out of that. Or maybe you have, based geographically, you allow Google Echo. Is it Google Echo? You allow Echo, Amazon Echo, Alexa. You allow all these things. Siri, order me this. Alexa, order me this. That is the direction that we need to go. Not sitting here talking and lamenting about the rent is too high and I need to lower my prices so I can compete with Chevron. I think that's backwards. You need to focus on the experience. People will still pay for an experience.
Sure. And a good quality product.
And great coffee.
I think that will always win out. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think what's funny though is this, in an attempt to prove their thesis in this article, they forget one big thing. I mean, you can't just say that Starbucks is hurting because of the boom in coffee shops.
Yeah.
Maybe some of the decisions Starbucks has made as a company of late are hurting it. Some of the, you know what I'm saying? There's many other things that go into Starbucks and their growth.
There's a lot that goes into the market, especially when you're
they've had a change in leadership just recently. Yeah. There's been a lot of mix up.
There's been a lot. And there's been a lot of their the cups, right? Last year's cups.
Just a lot of political stuff. And
last year's cups, they were Satan, agendas. Right? Because it was red.
Yeah.
And it was the type of red. It was an evil red.
Yeah.
Or whatever it was. It was celebrating the devil. All right. Okay, fine. And now this year's holiday cups, the hands, there's hands, holding hands, 2 hands holding on there. And it's supposed to be a lesbian couple. And people are in outrage about that. And then there was whatever immigration,
I don't even know.
Veteran, something. There was drama. Look, there's more that goes into Starbucks than just that. But I think the same thing with Target. Remember?
Oh, sure.
There's boycott Target, boycott Starbucks, boycott all these places. I just think it's too simplistic to just say, hey, rent's going up and there's too much coffee available. That's why
That's what it boils down to.
That's what it boils down to. There's a lot of factors plus the growth, the speed with which they grow. You can't tell me that doesn't have anything to do with it.
Exactly. It's going to be some ebb and flow.
There's going to be some ebb and flow. Yeah.
So there's a lot more to that conversation
than just more cafes.
I think just to pump out an article on, what was it, Business News, Fox Business, or they're saying, hey, based on this article, if this is all you knew, you would think, oh, coffee's going to bust or it's in a bad position right now. And though I think it might, there's inevitably a pullback because the winners are going to win and the losers are going to lose.
Yeah.
There's some people that just enter the space because they see an opportunity to make money, but they don't have their why figured out and they don't care about the quality of the coffee.
That's a great transition. But I want to give you one speed bump before we transition to that. Is that Nick Brown talked about this 5th wave coffee. And it's all based on kind of this report that came out, right? And that
Daily Coffee News.
They're trying to sell this report. The World Coffee Portal is selling this Project Cafe USA report, and it's a lot of money, thousands of dollars. I guess if you have the money, you can go buy it. That's great. But if you can read, normally you can read like the synopsis up top, and then it normally has enough information that you can at least generate some clickbait, at least generate a couple articles for your website. And these sites, they got to keep pumping out articles on articles on articles on articles. They got to give you something to click on because they have advertisers. They got advertisers. See, we just do our podcast because we love it and we love you. We don't have advertisers that are looking for more content, more content, more content. You either listen or you don't. And the fact that you're still listening keeps us going. But he talks about this 5th wave, and they're calling it this, they're cafes that maintain a focus on coffee quality served in upscale environments with additional attention paid behind the scenes in terms of investment opportunity and chain development.
Mm-hmm.
That's the fifth wave, apparently. That's the fifth wave.
It's an investment opportunity.
It's an investment opportunity.
Yeah, sure.
And as long as there's money involved and investors involved, people are going to find a way to articulate the market that I want you to invest in.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to invest in me, and here's why.
This
is what it is. Here's the metrics.
Yeah.
So it's just metrics are changing, and that's why they're changing the name. But I really don't know what the fourth wave was. The fifth wave is a compelling combination of all four previous waves demonstrated by a more advanced set of business practices delivering high-quality boutique concepts at scale. In the future, market-leading chains will need to demonstrate a capacity for innovation and an adaptability in order to survive in an increasingly competitive marketplace. This is Nick Brown's article at Daily Coffee News. I'll throw the link in there as well.
What did happen to fourth wave?
I don't know.
I thought we were still kind of on the cusp
we're still
of
in
third
the third
wave.
Yeah, but I guess we jumped. We jumped from third to fourth.
But that just also goes to the feedback you got right recently regarding
from Espresso Liz.
Some of the waves.
Great. She's great.
It was good. The waves are crazy.
Yeah. TopEspressoGear.com. Go check it out. That is the site. If you want espresso at home, TopEspressoGear.com.
And just to summarize my position, I think waves, you can get caught up in trying to classify what the waves are. However, I think a lot of times you have to look back and see the trends and say, okay, that kind of falls within this theme. Let's call that a wave, just for conversation's sake.
Yeah.
When you're in it, it's not so much like, does it matter what wave we're in? No, what matters more is understanding kind of the environment you're trying to operate in and where it's going. And if you want to call it a wave, then fine.
Call it a wave.
If that's easy for you to refer to and your immediate circle can all agree on a term and it just makes conversation easier, great. But that's the key, right? Is to understand where we're at in the market. Where's the market going? Yeah. Let's try and make adjustments to anticipate that.
You can do that. And you don't want to make foolish decisions, or you can focus on what it is you're doing and continue to grow. Make sure that the quality is there. Only grow as fast as you can while maintaining your foundation, your why, your truth, right? Your values. And then you get into a company that you say, oh, well, retail is dying. Okay. Well, we're going to keep opening chicken stores.
You guys like chicken, right?
You like chicken, right? We're going to keep, as long as everything is, as long as everything is there as far as the values, the people, right? The jockeys, not necessarily the horse.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you have the right people doing the right things, doing in the right way, we're going to continue to open up chicken stores. Yeah. And that's ChickfilA. And it was brought to my attention recently. I had no idea about their profitability, and I really didn't have any idea about their mission statement. They don't have an official mission statement, but their purpose has absolutely nothing to do with chicken. They have answered their why. They make sure that everyone that comes into contact with their brand, or like their franchisees or franchisors, whatever they are, franchisees, the people that own the franchise, that buy the franchise, that they're bought in on the why. And it's incredible. It's incredible. Their mission is to glorify God by being a faithful steward of all that is entrusted to us, to have a positive influence on all who come into contact with ChickfilA. That doesn't say anything about chicken.
What?
That doesn't say anything about chicken. But here's the thing.
Chicken?
The most incredible part was I thought that their profitability. They are more profitable than other chains who are open 6 days a week or 7 days a week. They're only open 6 days a week.
Yeah,
there's something special about their whole culture.
There sure is. And I think it permeates everything they do. And it's almost like this was a BuzzFeed little short video, right, that we saw. And we're like, wow, it was called Crazy Facts About Chick-fil-A You Never Knew.
And it's true. I never knew them.
But what's interesting is it's almost backwards. And I think it does that for presentation's sake.
Yeah.
Like, here's all the things they do that are surprising and they do very well. And then at the end, it's like, kind of, here's why. Here's why. At least that's the connection
This is what drives them. They've found out what drives them.
And what it is it's just they pursue at every little detail the absolute best that they can bring.
And just real quick, I think Blue Bottle does much the same.
They do. It's very focused. Like, for example, their sauce is only made of
3 ingredients. ChickfilA sauce.
There's only 3 states in which there is not a ChickfilA.
Vermont, Alaska, and Hawaii.
To their success, right?
Yeah.
They
came up with a chicken sandwich, and it took them 4 years to refine it, right?
Yeah, it took 4 years. Yeah, that's what he said.
So the quality of their product is evident, and they focus on what they do, right? It's just chicken.
Yeah.
And they hand squeeze their lemonade.
They hand squeeze. They're the biggest purchaser of lemons.
Yeah.
Because of the fresh squeezed lemonade.
Yeah.
They spent over $50 million and 7 years to develop a grilled nugget recipe.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Well, that was the other one.
Yeah.
The founder did take 4 years, I think, still with the previous, as mentioned. And that was despite, 7 years for a nugget, despite being famous for their sandwich.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they just keep going.
They sell a lot of waffle fries.
Mm-hmm.
He invented the chicken sandwich.
The founder. Was it
Truett Cathy?
Truett Cathy.
Yeah. Now, James Freeman didn't invent coffee or espresso, but he did kind of invent a system for delivering it, right? Every espresso-based beverage gets latte art.
Yeah.
Every cup of coffee is hand poured. Handmade. Hand porn.
Yeah.
Yeah, nailed it.
Well, it's attention to detail.
Yeah.
And it's not giving that up just to scale. And for example,
their pickles, their cucumber slices are soaked for 3 days, and then they serve them. So
who does that?
Well, ChickfilA does that.
Exactly. So
ChickfilA does that.
That's it. So many things went into kind of who they are. And I don't think it was like, I don't know, each decision, it was just derived out of their desire to do the best.
Yes.
And be the best.
They found their why. They identified their why, and then everything that they did was going to reflect
it was the fruit of that.
The fruit
pursuit.
of the why.
Yeah.
They're faithful stewards. They want to glorify God by being a faithful steward and positively influence all who come into contact with Chick-fil-A. And you can feel it when you walk in.
And so probably the most
you can feel it.
Impressive fact, right? I don't know if you said it just yet, was the revenue.
Yeah, the revenue.
Isn't that?
And but it's a byproduct. They're not focused. As soon as you start focusing on the revenue, you're going to get lost. But as long as you focus on your why and you focus on delivering the best for your customers, delivering the wow for them. Now, see, I talk about it, you know what? I want to deliver the wow in customer service, right? They say to have a positive influence on all who come into contact with Chick-fil-A. But you got to deliver the wow.
Yeah.
And focus on delivering the best there. Yeah. So what is this, fact number 13? They make more money per restaurant than any other American fast food company. Despite being closed on Sunday.
That's insane. They're only open 6 days a week.
I've never had a bad experience at Chick-fil-A. Actually, I think I did have one. I had one. Remember, they forgot my drink. Forgot my drinks. I had to go park and come back in. They were super busy. Yeah, I had one bad experience.
It's probably good for you.
Probably. They're probably like, fatty, you don't need no lemonade shake.
And I don't know if I'd call that a bad experience. To me, a bad experience is one where the situation could be controlled by the employees or the managers, but they're not making the right decisions to do so.
There you go.
Accidents will happen.
Oh, and especially when it's very busy.
I don't care. Go in and then they make good on it. Instead of arguing, no, I gave you that drink, sir. This dude just wants a free drink.
Yeah.
Let me go get the manager.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me look at your receipt. Let me see the order. That's when it turns bad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I would classify it. Yeah. So
remember when I went in, they offered, I think I got a refund, and they offered to give me everything anyways.
They're like, yeah,
here's just take it.
Yeah. That's
unlike Stella and her manager.
Aubrey's. We went to Aubrey's.
Yeah. For Aubrey's shake. Arby's, where the dude wanted to argue with me that it wasn't.
Let's make sure.
No, you didn't. They're super busy. No, you didn't order that. We didn't make a mistake. Let me do a little investigative work here to see if you really got a small chocolate shake coming.
Look a bit shady.
Oh, no, you don't have a small chocolate shake. You got a snack-sized chocolate shake.
You didn't just order $50 in food.
Did he mess that up? Oh, no. I think she said, did he screw that up? I think she said screw, didn't she?
She needed to make it known publicly.
To everyone in line that she
It
didn't
wasn't
make
her
a
fault.
mistake. It was not Stella's fault.
Don't call me in the back later and
Yeah.
point this out as
Don't. Yep.
Nope.
So there's a difference there. And the takeaway is this. For you wanting to open your coffee shop, wanting to open your coffee roaster, you've got to find your why. You've got to define your why, and then you've got to keep focusing on quality.
Mm-hmm.
And only grow as fast as you can maintain that same quality.
Exactly.
But retail might be struggling, and that is true. Don't be ignorant about the market forces that are around you. But here's the deal. You can still be successful in retail. And there's a bunch of middle America who has not had the deliciousness of Blue Bottle, Press. I've never been to an Intelligentsia. There's still a lot of room. I don't care what the naysayers at Fox Business say. They have never left New York. You know, they've never left New York or LA. They fly over you. You're in a flyover state.
Well, they want to
there's room for great coffee. Even at a smaller scale, it can still be profitable for you.
Well, they want to take a concentrated demographic. A concentrated demographic and say that is the populace.
Therefore.
And completely ignore the electoral college.
Stop. That is a good point, though, when you kind of look at the highly populated areas and a disconnect. Yeah, I don't want to make it political, but there is sometimes a disconnect between what's going on the coasts and what's going on in Middle America.
Everywhere else. Not even Middle America. Just
everywhere else.
Just anywhere else that's not in the populace.
That's not in those control states.
Not in those urban areas.
So now it's sometimes it's easier to make money where there's a lot of people, right? Because you have a lot of more potential for customers. Yeah. But you can go out and earn customers. You can earn their trust one by one in small towns across America where your coffee, focusing on quality, focusing on service, focusing on providing a wow experience, you can still do that.
Absolutely.
You do you. Go get them.
Yep. Because many of these other locations are still solid second wave. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the rest might be moving on to fourth and fifth, however you want to call it, but there's so much opportunity for those. We don't have no third wave here. I've never seen one outside of
metro areas.
1 million plus populous city.
But here we have a ChickfilA coming to our town. It's supposed to open next year or something. It's exciting.
Yeah.
It's exciting. We also have a Dunkin' coming to our town. Yeah. People are excited about that garbage.
There you go. Third wave.
Third wave. That's not third wave. That's not third wave. But they also got, you know what else they got coming next year that they don't know about?
What?
Orange Cactus.
Yeah.
I'm going to edit that out. Okay, maybe not next year. Maybe the year after.
Maybe they'll know of us next year more than they do this year.
Yeah. Yeah.
On a local level.
On a local level.
That's the goal.
Remember, just to kind of rewind a little bit. We looked into getting into a local farmer's market and were turned down, shut down.
Yeah.
Ignored.
Not a local agricultural product.
It's not a local agricultural product. There is, however, a swap meet.
Yeah.
That we could use.
So like the flea market?
Like a flea market.
Sounds good. Sounds appetizing.
It's as long as you have coffee that goes with those fleas, I think you're going to be good to go.
Yeah.
But that's what I am really looking at trying to explore this mobile business model.
Mobile setup.
A mobile setup where you can order by voice. Alexa, I need a mocha.
That's
Orange Cactus Coffee dispatched.
Or even just,
I don't know, something.
From the app, yeah. I think people like that.
App.
Yeah, you
like
just go on, you can look at a menu, just pick your drink, build it.
If you don't want to have your own mobile app, just build it within the framework that's already existing. Like Facebook has the new marketplace.
Yeah.
I don't know how to use it. I don't know exactly what that's going to look like, but I think that is the future.
It's on the horizon.
That's coming.
It's coming.
That's coming. And for retail, that's going to be huge because that's how people are ordering things, right? You've got the dash button for on Amazon for things that you need. Dash button, order it. Just clickety click. Just clickety click, or now we can talkity talk.
We need a dash button.
We need a dash button.
Get the beans on.
We need to be on
Amazon.
On Amazon. We need to be on Facebook. Well, we are on Facebook, but we need to have the bigger store on Facebook.
Yeah,
something along those lines. But I'm just saying, I think that is your concern, not overpopulation of coffee.
Well, your concern is, or your, I don't know. What am I saying?
Put yourself out of business. Like taxi cabs, when taxi companies, when Uber came out, they were like, it's a fad.
I'm saying you want to offset maybe a decline in retail in general by going where
Where
others
your customers are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You don't want to
nobody
neglect
is right
it.
now.
You don't want to neglect
somebody
it.
is coming.
Exactly.
Somebody is going to fill that niche.
Even if you only like retail, you like the in-person, like you
I
actually
love
prefer
it.
that.
I love it.
So-
I love it. There's something seriously wrong with me because I
Yes,
love work.
absolutely.
I love standing there, busy lines, delighting customers. I love it. I can't get enough of it.
But what can help you do that longer, if
Being
it
in the right place at the right time.
is using other ways to bring in revenue. You know, not that you want to be at a loss in the retail shop, but maybe you're just not making as much as you need to. So
Yeah.
your mobile army is out there making up the difference.
I love that. The mobile army,
Yeah.
the cactus army,
Just crawling around.
low
delivering
crawling with mochas.
little cups of goodness.
Yeah, of
Enjoy.
awesomeness. Drone delivery. Coffee drones. They're coming
Maybe.
to a town near you
Maybe.
in
Yeah.
Dubai.
If the the FFA has anything to do with it, there won't be any drones.
That's all right.
We'll be grounded.
Drones are coming.
We'll have to go underground.
Coffee drone. Ooh,
Yeah. Underground network.
that doesn't sound.
That'd be
You might
sweet.
get a little more flavor than you bargained for.
We'll have to open up the old tunnels that they got running.
Yeah. Sewagecoffee.com. Sewage.coffee. Sewer.coffee. Actually, I'd go like Ninja Turtle or
How
something.
did you get here so fast? We actually used the
sewer.
The sewer.
That's why we smell so nice. Okay, I gotta go.
Only if we can dress up as turtles.
Ninja Turtles. Yeah.
Right?
Splinters Coffee. Just call it Splinters.
Boom.
Master Splinter.
And we'll have different drinks. One will be Leonardo,
Splinter.
Donatello, Michelangelo,
Boom. 4 drinks. That's it.
and the
Oh,
Raff.
The Shredder.
The Raff.
The Raff.
Ooh, the Shredder.
The Shredder. What is that? We grind it a little finer. We grind our coffee a little finer for the Shredder.
The Shredder we use.
It's white coffee.
We use oily beans.
We use oily beans. Ultra oily beans.
Uh,
All right. It's time to go.
time to say
Peace
goodbye.
out. I'll let you later.
Adios.
Thank you so much for listening. You can, of course, find the show notes at orangecactuscoffee.com/episode 94. Crazy to think that we're 94 episodes deep. We're approaching that 100 mark. Like to do something special. Don't know what it is yet. It's been a crazy holiday season. Crazy busy. I know you are too. And thank you so much for listening. We'll catch you next time. Get ready. Get ready. Here I come. Get ready. 'Cause here I come.